Welcome to the Tiffy Diamond Show, and today we're going to do things a little differently. We're gonna have a story time. This is my story about a date with the real-life vampire. So I went out and I did some errands, but I went to like a bougie liquor store, which is Bevmo. Bevmo is probably the bougiest liquor store you can go to. Do you know how I know? Because I asked once if they had 40 ounces for a friend. They don't carry 40 ounces at Bevmo. So Bevmo, get on your game. A guy came up to me and he was a cute guy. And I was like, whoa, a cute guy. And he said something to me. I was like, whoa, a cute guy said something to me. Oh my God. He got my phone number and he was an architect and all this stuff. And so we went on a date. He said he was writing a book on infiltrating the underground vampire scene because he found it fascinating. And it was not a fiction book, it was true life. He had researched for months and he had gone undercover for about a good year being a vampire. After he infiltrated this forum on the internet, which any story that goes after he infiltrated this secret forum on the internet, I'm sure it was a subcategory of Reddit called I Am a Vampire. So let me break this down real quick from what he explained to me. There are 4 different types of vampires, and I don't know their technical terms because I'm not a vampire, so I'm gonna give them my own terms. Number 1, sucks your blood, you know, cape and all. That's the OG vampire. Number 2, there is a vampire that basically sucks your energy. Like it's like, yes, like if your hat, I don't know, your aura, the colors around you, it sucks that shit. Number 3, vampire that sucks sexual energy. Now I don't know about you, but if I'm about to have sex with a guy and he's like, I'm a vampire and I suck sexual energy, I would just be like, I don't know what's going on, and then you run. Number 4, the vampire that doesn't suck blood, doesn't suck energy, is a vampire, likes the title of vampire, but doesn't participate in the vampire games. We will call this a vegan vampire, but in a way, I guess we're all just vegan vampires. Whoa. Are we all vegan vampires? I just blew my own mind. So if you are a vampire and you're watching this, and I offend you in any way, I'm sorry. This guy agreed to meet with him, he passed all the vampire questionnaires, and he's like, let's meet for drinks, I'll tell you all you need to know about vampires. Probably didn't go down like that, it probably went down more like, let's be friends because we both don't have any. Ralph went hardcore and decided to be the blood drinking vampire. He felt that that was what most vampires probably are, so why would he pick one of the weak ass ones? I don't think he drank real people's blood, but things you don't wanna ask when you're on a date with someone. He met the guy for drinks and they got dinner at the same time. So was this a date or was this research? He decided to get his steak super bloody. He was like, hey, the bloodiest steak you got. And the guy that he was meeting with was like, whoa, man, you're gonna get that steak that blood? And he's like, yeah, because I'm a vampire. And then the guy was like, well, I'm not a blood-drinking vampire. I'm just a, an energy-sucking vampire. And then Ralph was like thinking, well, fuck. And in doing so, and in eating that bloody-ass steak, he got invited to the underground meeting of the vampires. I know you're all wondering what happens at a vampire underground meeting. Well, first off, you meet at the basement of one of the vampires' parents' house. He wore a trench coat because he's like, I was still proving myself as a vampire, and vampires wear trench coats. It's the closest thing you can get to a cape without looking so fucking lame. He went downstairs into this basement and he's like, oh my God, what are they gonna be doing? Are we gonna be sacrificing shit? Are we gonna be snorting like red cocaine? Like, there's about 5 of them in there. Some of them were high school students, and by some, so we got 2 high school students, about 3 college students, and then the guy that brought them. He was like, okay, that's fine. What are we gonna do? Like, what vampire shit is gonna go down? They were like, well, we like to play Dungeons and Dragons, and then we play other board games. That is what goes down at a vampire underground meeting. He decided that being a vampire wasn't for him, and all of the months of research and eating bloody food and drinking blood and infiltrating these forums. At the end of the day, he can say that he was a vampire for a good 6 months to a year. This chick ain't gonna get laid. And you guys, she didn't get laid. No vampire marks on this bitch. So maybe the date wasn't what you guys expected or what you were anticipating in regards to going on a date with a sexy vampire. But you know what? It was a date. And I'm here to make dates happen. That was my story about a date with a vampire. So make sure that you share, like, subscribe, and of course, comment. Comment down below and let me know what you thought of my date. I will see you later. Stay creative.